that you're well, and also that you are having a good day so far. Today we'll be doing our grade 6 English lesson on correlative conjunctions. So we'll be doing our grade 6 English lesson on correlative conjunctions. And before we start with our lesson on correlative conjunctions, we're going to log into aplusstudents.ca. We're going to log in with our username as well as our password. Once we've logged in with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of language arts. And then grade 6. All right, so once you've selected the subject of language arts, grade 6, and then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of correlative conjunctions. All right, so we're doing the chapter of correlative conjunctions. So we're going to find out what correlative conjunctions is. All we know is that conjunction is basically like a joining word. And now we're going to find out what is correlative conjunction. So we're doing our chapter on correlative conjunctions. Our subject is language arts, grade 6. And the lessons that we're going to be focusing on under the chapter of correlative conjunctions is to use the correct pair of correlative conjunctions and to fill in the missing correlative conjunctions. And we are doing our tutorial lesson on aplusstudents.ca. All right. So now we're on our chapter of correlative conjunctions, right? And correlative conjunctions are conjunctions that is used in pairs. So correlative conjunctions are conjunctions that we use in pairs. So it's basically used in pairs. And they are used to show a relationship between two equal parts of a sentence. So it basically shows the relationship between two equal parts of a sentence, such as either two nouns or two verb phrases. So we said that correlative conjunctions are conjunctions that are used in pairs, meaning it comes in twos, and they show the relationship between the two equal parts in a sentence, such as either two nouns or two verb phrases. And some of the common correlative conjunctions are both or and. Remember, we said it comes in pairs, so it's either both or and. Not only, but also. Neither nor, either or whether or. So these are correlative conjunctions. All right. And now if we look even at an example of correlative conjunction, we can say that the correlative conjunctions, which is either both and, not only but also, they connect two things to each other. So we said both correlative conjunctions, which is both or and, not only but also are used to connect two things that are each true, that are each true. For example, both Natalie and I play the piano. So which means that it is both Natalie and I play the piano, because we say that these two go together. And then also another sentence, right, is Tammy not only directed the show, but also wrote the music. So once again, we say correlative conjunctions. It comes in two equal parts. It shows the relationship between the two equal parts of a sentence, such as either two nouns or two verb phrases, right? And we say the correlative conjunction, which is either both or and not only but also, are used to connect words or things to each other. And we made an example of both Natalie and I play the piano, or Tammy not only directed the show but also wrote the music. So, which means that once again, if we go over examples, both Natalie and I play the piano, and Tammy not only directed the show but also wrote the music. All right, so we said our tutorial lesson is on aplusstudents.ca. So let's go to aplusstudents.ca. So we see that our chapter is correlative conjunctions, and the first lesson that we are going to be focusing on is to use the correct pair of correlative conjunctions. All right, so once again, we say correlative conjunctions are conjunctions that are used in pairs. They are used to show a relationship between two equal parts of a sentence. such as either two nouns or two verb phrases. And some of the common correlative conjunctions are both or and, not only but also, neither, nor, either, or. So both or and, not or only, not only but also, sorry, neither, nor, either, or. And we made an example of both Natalie and I play the piano. And if we look at an example, it says, both Natalie and I play the piano. So it's both referring to me and you, Natalie and I, right? And we play the piano. So we already went over the first one, which is both, which means that this person and that person, right? So both Natalie and I play the piano. And then Tammy not only directed the show, but also wrote the music. And the correlative conjunctions are neither or no. And if we look at an example, right, with neither or no, right, it says neither Ryan nor Emma has been to Canada. It's like saying not one of them went to Canada. So we already did the neither Ryan nor Canada has been to Canada, meaning not one of them went, right? And then we said that the correlative conjunction, which is either or, are used to connect two possibilities or two choices. So far we've used both and I, not only but also, neither nor. And then we said either or are used to connect two possibilities of choices. It's like either this one or that one. So remember that is the possibility of choices. It's either this or it's that. And then we also have another example is either Alyssa will answer the phone or it will go to voicemail. So either Alyssa will answer the phone or it will go to a voicemail. And the correlative conjunction, which is whether or, are used to connect two possibilities of choices and express some uncertainty about which is true. So I'm not sure whether Brian or Sonia borrowed my book. So these are correlative conjunctions, right? And we went over basically, or we let's say we made examples of each where we said we made an example of both and, not only but also, neither nor, either or we can even made an example of whether or. All right. So now if we look at the sentence, right? So we said that we are going to do an activity. It says complete the sentence with the correct correlative conjunction. So, Aunt Blanca, sorry, Uncle Mario was concerned about the storm, so I wasn't worried at all. So we must not choose either one of the correlative conjunctions. All right, so we can basically say it is both and. So we're going to say both Bianca. So both Aunt Blanca and Uncle Mario was concerned about the storm. So which means that both Aunt Blanca and Uncle Mario was concerned about the storms. I wasn't worried at all. So the first one is both and. Oh, it's actually neither Aunt Blanca nor Uncle Mario was concerned. So it's neither nor. It says the canals in the city of Amsterdam are charming, great for traveling around the city. So we need to choose the correct one. It says the canals in the city of Amsterdam are, so we are choosing not only but also. So the canals in the city of Amsterdam are not only charming but also great for traveling around the city. We are, where are we? Here we are. So we see that the canals in the city of Amsterdam are not only charming but also great for traveling around the city. So basically, these are correlative conjunctions where we are, it's like where the words are in pairs. So not only, but also. And that is just an example of one activity. All right. So there we have it. The canals in the city of Amsterdam are not only charming, but also great for traveling around the city. Let us go and do our test. So in the test, we need to complete the sentence with the correct correlative conjunctions. All right, so we need to choose the correct, let's say this, the correct completed sentence. Aunt Blanca, Uncle Mario was concerned about the storm, so I wasn't worried at all. So if we choose the correct answer, right, with the correct correlative conjunction, is it either Aunt Blanca or Uncle Mario was concerned about the storm, so I wasn't worried at all, or neither Aunt Blanca nor Uncle Mario was concerned about the storm, so I wasn't worried at all. So we need to choose one of this. Is it either or neither nor? So if we choose the correct one, we can say neither Aunt Blanca nor Uncle Mario was concerned about the storm, meaning not even one of them were concerned about the storm. So neither nor and neither nor is correct. So we need to complete the sentence with the correct correlative conjunction. An editor not only corrects grammar mistakes but also checks facts. So, do we say an editor not only corrects grammar mistakes but also checks facts? Or do we say an editor whether corrects grammar mistakes or checks facts? So we need to choose between these two ones. Is it an editor not only corrects grammar mistakes but also checks facts? Or an editor whether? So we can say an editor not only corrects grammar mistakes but also checks for facts. So the not only but also is our correlative conjunction. All right, we are moving on. We need to complete the sentence with the correct correlative conjunction. Oatmeal is, do we say, not only delicious for breakfast but also great for dry skin? So do we say oatmeal is not only delicious for breakfast, but also great for dry skin? Or do we choose the second one, which is oatmeal is whether delicious for breakfast or great for dry skin? Which one is correct? All right. So if we choose the correct one, then we can say oatmeal is not only delicious for breakfast, but also great for dry skin. And we chose the correct one. Not only, but also. So we need to complete the sentence with the correct correlative conjunction. Soft corals are found not only in tropical seas, but also in cool, dark areas. Or soft corals are found whether in tropical seas or in cool, dark areas. So we need to choose the correct. So we can then say, is it first one or second one? The soft corals are found not only in tropical seas but also in cool, dark areas. All right, so which means that if we use the correct pair of correlative conjunctions, then we will choose soft curls are not only found in tropical seas, but also in cool, dark areas. And that one is correct. Not only, but also. And then it says complete the sentence with the correct correlative conjunction. So we say that the hot chocolate I ordered was, do we say neither hot nor chocolatey? So I asked the server to make a new one, or the doctor and the hot chocolate I ordered was either hot or chocolatey. So I asked the server to make a new one. So we can say the hot chocolate I ordered was, do we say neither hot nor chocolatey? So I asked the server to make a new one. Or do we say the hot chocolate I ordered was either hot or chocolatey? So I asked the server to make a new one. So we can maybe say, let's choose the first one, right? So we say the hot chocolate I ordered was neither hot nor chocolatey. So I asked the server to make a new one. And that one is correct, meaning it is not cold at all. And in the canals in the city of Amsterdam are, do we say, are weather charming or great for traveling around the city? Or the canals in the city of Amsterdam are not only charming but also great for traveling around the city. So the first option is the canals in the city of Amsterdam are weather charming or great for traveling around the city, or the canals in the city of Amsterdam are not only charming but also great for traveling around the city. So if we choose the correct one, then it's the first one says the canals in the city of Amsterdam are weather charming. So which means that we will go with the second one, which is the canals in the city of Amsterdam are not only charming, but also great for traveling around the city. And the second one is correct. So we are completing the sentence with the correlative conjunctions. Spanish and Romanian come from Latin, so the two languages have many words in common. So do we say both Spanish and Romanian come from Latin? So the two languages have many words in common? Or do we say whether Spanish or Romanian come from Latin? So the two languages have many words in common. So do we say both Spanish and Romanian? Let's choose that one. Both Spanish and Romanian come from Latin. And that one is correct. The peace lily is whether a pretty houseplant or an excellent indoor air climber. So we say the peace lily is, do we say whether a pretty house plant or excellent indoor or cleaner? Or do we have the peace lily is not only a pretty housewife but also an excellent indoor air cleaner? All right, so we choose the second option, which is correct. So the second one is correct. All right, let's do the last one here, which is to complete the sentence with a correlative conjunction. It says, I have to decide both to stay at home, or I decide whether to stay at home or to go to the party. So we're going to choose the second one. So we say, I have to decide whether to stay at home or go to the party. So I've decided whether, it's either or. Like, should I stay? Should I go? Right? So now we're going to fill in the missing correlative conjunction. And we see that our correlative conjunctions, right? It's like it comes in pairs. And we made an example of the common correlative junctions that we have. So here it says, according to the nurse's report, the patient was only exhausted but also dizzy. So we need to either choose something, it's like either or you have like choices, or it means you are, it's like when you say both or and, it's like you're adding to it, right? So it says correlative conjunctions or conjunction used in pairs. They are used to show a relationship between two equal parts of a sentence, such as two nouns or two verb phrases. So if we look at an example once again, right? So first, before we go into the examples, the most common correlative conjunctions are both or and, not only but also, neither nor, either or whether or. So we need to choose one of these words. And we say a correlative conjunction, both or and, not only but also are used to connect two things that are true. And that is basically both or and that was used. And it is true, right? And it says, according to the nurse's report, the patient was, we can say was only exhausted, was not only. So we can say that the patient was not only exhausted, but also the patient was dizzy, right? So now let us go to our test. It's basically just a continuation, but we just need to fill in the missing correlative conjunction. It says complete the sentence with the correct correlative conjunction. That musician plays. Do we say both the banjo but also the guitar? Or do we say the musician plays not only the banjo but also the guitar? So we will go with the second one, which is that musician plays not only the banjo but also plays the guitar. So not only. Now we need to complete the sentence with the correct correlative conjunction. Both Bactrian camels, do we say an Arabian camels store fat in their lumps, or both Bactrian camels but also Arabian camels store fats in their lumps? And if we were to choose the correct one, we can say both Bactrian camels and Arabian camels, they store fat in their humps. And that is the truth. Well, that is correct. We can either swim in the lake, play by the creek. Do we say no play by the creek or play by the creek? So we can either swim in the lake, no play in the creek, or we can say or play in the creek. All right, so we can say we can either swim in the lake or we can play in the creek. So it's like almost like an option. It's like a choice, either here or there. So now we need to complete the sentence with the correct correlative conjunction. Isn't it surprising that neither Jeffrey nor Alan has been to the new stadium yet? Or isn't it surprising that either Jeffrey nor Alan has been to the stadium yet? So it's either Jeffrey nor or neither Jeffrey nor Alan. So if we choose the correct one, we can say it is surprising that neither Jeffrey nor Alan has been to the new stadium yet, meaning none of them has been. So neither nor is correct. Well done. Right? All right, so that is basically the end of our lesson on correlative conjunctions. And we said correlative conjunctions, They show the relationship between two equal parts of a sentence, right? So it either is two nouns or two verb phrases. And the common correlative conjunctions are either both or and, not only but also, neither or nor, either or whether or. So you need to also see which of these sentences example is either a negative sentence or positive sentence. Is it either adding something, right, or taking it away, or it shows that it does not have, right? So that is the end of our lesson on correlative conjunction. Thank you very much, grade 6, for joining our lesson or our class, and I really hope you're going to have a good day further. Goodbye.